Hello and welcome to this timeless pick a card on the week ahead. This reading is for lightworkers and healers who want to know how to use the upcoming energy to really serve their spiritual mission in alignment. Okay. Before I have you pick your pile, I do want to say a big thank you to everybody who has sent a donation or a gift off of the channel's wish list. I am so grateful for your generosity and for your love donations, and I wanted to make sure that I said that here today. Okay, but now let's go ahead and get into picking your pile. I have pile 1 over here on the left, pile 2 in the center, pile 3 over on the right. And just drop in and listen to which one is really speaking to you, which one is saying, I am here and I have a message for you. Once you know, I have the timestamps down in the video description. Go ahead and check those out and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So let's get right on into it. What's the theme for the upcoming week? Not messing around. We have the Lady of the Lake. This is the mystery, the goddess, self-knowledge, and the other world. So this upcoming week, I definitely feel like Spirit has some surprises coming your way. And this reading is really going to be helping you open up to those surprises. Now, the goddess within you is really wanting to be embodied. So look for ways that you can really be in your divine feminine energy and really hold that within yourself. And the more and more confident you get in your feminine energy, the more magnetic you will be, and you'll be drawing clients and opportunities and income and all of the things right to your doorstep. But we see her holding the sword of truth, or even the sword of knowledge. And this is really an invitation for you over the next week or so. This might be a little bit of a lengthier timeline for you to get clear on what it is you stand for. What are your values, and how can you start to really, I'm hearing this word, embody them in your spiritual mission. So, an example, if one of your values is inclusion, well, take a look. How inclusive is your business? And if there is a gap, start to close it over the next couple of days. Okay. Now, the second one is, where are you being called to focus your energy? And we are with Life Renewed. This is from Tarot of the Hidden Realm, I think it's called. I always mess up the name. All the decks are linked down in the video description. But this Life Renewed is really inviting you to take a look at everything you have created. You've been doing this for a while, right? You haven't just stepped into service. Maybe you just started your business, but I actually feel like you've really been in the process of creation and development for quite some time. And there is a project, an idea, a creation that you left about 75% of the way done. And Spirit is really asking you to pull it out and get working on finishing it. And chances are, if that resonates, you know exactly which idea or which project or which creation you are being guided to explore and to complete, because you've already been thinking about it. Now, this is actually something that I'm feeling, or I'm picking up on, you started a couple years ago, or maybe even several, like 16 to 18 months ago. And you know a lot more now than what you did when you started it. And Spirit is asking you to really take a look at what's already there, freshen it up, give it the new information, the new knowledge that you've acquired, and then finish it. Because you're going to be packaging it up and getting it out to your audience. It's almost like you gave up on it because it was becoming taxing and it was becoming confusing, because you or in the process of learning that next stage or that next level of information. But now you not only know the information, you are living that information, and you're really working to embody it. So put it in, okay? And then the next card is self-care. So you are somebody who is serving a lot, and you are very much involved in the lives and the struggles and even the successes of others. But how can you take care of yourself? Temptation. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. So, self-care for you this week is really about taking a look at your behaviors, your patterns, and some of the things you're doing that really do not serve you. Some of the things, it could be like emotional eating, it could be like even over exercising or over creating, or I'm hearing like even sometimes like checking constantly to see how many likes and follows and subscribers and all that you're getting. And Spirit is really illuminating that this week. You're going to see how much time you sacrifice in some of these patterns or in some of these behaviors. And you're going to recognize that some of the thoughts that you think, some of the obsessive ways in which you cope with life as a small business owner are actually having a larger impact on your business than you recognize. Okay, so Spirit said that's that. All right, so that's all I have for you with that. Now, the next one is how can you really serve in total alignment with your soul's mission this week? And I love this. This is the Princess of Cups. This is dream energy. This is really what I'm hearing is there's an offer of love coming in or an offer of appreciation. So I really feel like your clients are going to be letting you know this week just what kind of a difference you have made in their life. You are going to start to see the impact that you do have, and that's going to enhance your self-worth and the value that you place on your services and on your mission. You are doing and serving far beyond what you can see. You can't see the ripple effect. And that ripple effect isn't necessarily, sometimes we hear the ripple effect and we think, well, I transform my client's life and then their family life is impacted and then, it ripples out into community and into planet. But you're not recognizing yet the impact that you have within just one single person. So maybe you talk health and wellness and you're specifically focusing on, diet, we'll say. Well, you don't recognize that as someone is changing their diet, their confidence is increasing. They're feeling better about themselves. They're feeling empowered. And when they feel empowered, they are fired up and go in and ask for the raise and get it. So there's a lot that you aren't seeing in regards to the transformation you offer, and expect that to be revealed to you over the next week or so. The other thing, if you are feeling a little bit of lack of clients at this time or lack of people that are really showing interest in what you offer, this dream energy is inviting you to set the intention before you go to bed each evening to really open up to divine wisdom for how you can reach more people that are in alignment with you and what you stand for and what you offer. It's almost like, we'll just stick with the health and wellness, but it's almost like you offer healthy eating and that's your thing. You're not one for weight loss, but you seem to get a ton of people that are about weight loss, and it's frustrating. I've totally been there within my own business and I get it. So ask Spirit to approach you in your dreams. Ask your higher self to come in with some wisdom on how you can really reach the people who want the healthy eating, who care less about the weight loss and more about just taking care of their bodies for like an inner reason as opposed to the outer reason. Okay, now the final card is, what is it that you really need to let go of in order to align higher? And this is a really powerful message. It's the Deer, gentleness and diplomacy. If you are a chronic people pleaser, Spirit is really saying it's time for you to cut that out. You are walking a fine line. You're never really crossing over fully into your message because you're afraid of losing the people that are there. But in doing that, you're not necessarily calling in the people that you want to be there for. Go all into your message. Let go of making other people happy. Let go of that fear of who's going to leave or who's going to be triggered, and instead plant yourself fully in your message. And again, we're just sticking with this example for clarity here, but it's like, stop talking about weight loss when your thing is healthy eating. For me, I'm also kind of picking up, for in my own business, it's stop talking about, twin flames when your message is about building a aligned business. Okay, so sit with where that's presenting. Sit where you're kind of failing, for lack of a better word there, failing to go all into your message. And when you find it, plant yourself in your true message, because the people that are here for you cannot find you when you're walking the fence or walking the line of not being clear. Okay? All right, pile one, this was a friggin' powerful reading. Please do let me know how it resonates down in the video. Comments, you can give me a like, give me a comment. It's a great way to support free tarot here on YouTube. But I really love this message. It gives you a lot of direction and focus for the upcoming week. And I'm looking forward to seeing and feeling what you do with it. Whew. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye. Hello and welcome, Pile 2, to your week ahead reading. I am so excited to do this reading for you. Pile 1 was a blast, and I have no doubt that yours will be as well. So getting started with your overall theme for the upcoming week. Ooh, I love to see the fairies in a reading. So guardians, nature's magic, playfulness, and protection. Whew. You guys are my mystics, my healers, my intuitives, my channels, my card readers. That's kind of the category you fall into. And what I feel Spirit is letting you know is this week, get ready, because there's going to be a lot of communication from your spiritual support team. Your higher self is going to make itself very clear. Part of this nature's magic is really you being asked to get outside, to move away from the computer, to move away from kind of the consistency I'm hearing like consistent monotony that you've got in, and instead enter the flow. Know that you don't have to post every single day. For sure, you want to be consistent, right? It's not like post once a month or once every 3 weeks or 15 times in one day and then ghost people for 3 weeks or whatever. You do want that consistency, but Spirit is saying sometimes you're posting or you're sharing when you're not really feeling energetically aligned. You're not feeling like you're in a high vibration. And so don't be afraid on those days to pull back just a little bit. You know, and if you're somebody who, I used to be this way and I've gotten a lot better, but it still comes back in. It's like if you're used to posting at a specific time each day and it's starting to get icky, like it's starting to just feel like, I don't want to do this, then stop doing that. Give it some time, give it some space. And more likely than not, if you just give it like 2 or 3 hours, you're going to feel like, oh, I feel called now to put out some content, or I feel called to send out my newsletter. But any rigidity that you have within your business this week or within your spiritual mission, Spirit is actually asking you to put that aside and then live in flow with nature, right? We have dates for winter, for the seasons, for winter, spring, summer, fall. I was about to start singing that James Taylor song, You've Got a Friend in Me. But anyway, so even though we have those dates on the calendar, think about it. It's not like, okay, winter solstice, it's going to start snowing. Whenever spring starts, spring, all of the flowers are going to start blooming. It's not that rigid. And you're being invited to not be that rigid either. Okay? Now, your second card, which is where can you really focus and channel your energy in the upcoming week, I have the King of Cups, and he's emotionally balanced. He's also in charge of his emotions. He knows how to feel them and not be dictated, not be pushed by them. So really focus on your feelings this week. Allow them to go through you, feel them, right? If you're having a crappy day, then feel through that crappiness. And then let it just be a crappy day instead of feeding it and letting it run away with you. But part of this like ickiness that I'm picking up on for you, Pile 2, is that you're not allowing for that flexibility within spiritual service. Okay. And so I think actually as you pull back and allow yourself to live a little bit more in flow, allow yourself the day off, or maybe even 2 or 3 days off, the more you're going to feel balanced, the more you're going to feel back to what I'm picking up on, like kind of back to your old self, back to the part of you that lived to show up and serve. So your next one is self-care. And I feel like self-care is really sitting at the front and center for you this week. And I have protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. Whew. So that's interesting. I just picked up that you're really feeling like your message and your mission is shifting, and it's bringing up a lot of stuff for you. Part of this rigidity is that you're still delivering the same message, you're still offering the same services, and they don't feel right to you right now. So there is something you do have on your heart. There is something you are longing to create and put out into the world, to go all in on. But it's like, I don't think it's a total opposite of what you currently have out in the world, but it does feel like that to you sometime. This week, sit with it. I feel like this going within this week is more so that you can create a plan to make this shift. You think that you're going from the right to the left, but Spirit is saying it's actually just a little bit of a nudge in the opposite direction, not a total 180 or 360. And when you sit and when you just kind of like dream it up and be with it, you're going to see that more clearly. I think that this is going to be a slow week for you, and externally, like I don't see a ton of external things happening in your world that are going to need your attention. I very much feel like Spirit is coming in and protecting you so that you can protect your dreams, so that you can get that clarity and move forward with that confidence. Okay, and then how can you serve best? And 2 of Swords, decision. It is this crossroads energy here that I'm picking up, and it started with this protect your dreams, where you are between messages and kind of in transition with your mission. And that's okay. And you know what? It's more than okay. I just had this conversation with someone. It's to be expected. As you heal, grow, evolve, and gain more wisdom, your mission, your message does tend to shift so that you can offer that to the world. But what I really feel needs to happen this week, so that you can feel back at, like, I love service, I want to be showing up, I want to do this, is to make the decision to either stick with your old message or move into the new one. I'm just listening in case there was another message on that. Spirit does want you to know that it's not, and this is an echo of what I just said, it's not one or the other. They can be blended, but it is going to take you coming out of kind of the daily grind, if you will, and exploring how you can do that. Okay, so then what is it that you need to let go of in order to really do this work? The Wind Fairy. So we have 2 fairy vibes, obviously 3, but this is my fairy deck, so I'm not sure I count that. But the Wind Fairy, this is thoughts, this is words, this is intellect, this is the overthinking, the overanalyzing, and Spirit is saying, let it go. This decision that you're being invited to make is one that needs to be made in the heart space and not in the mind. So what brings you into the heart? And when a decision feels good in the heart, what is it that you experience? For me, my heart skips a beat, and not in an anxious way, but it's just like a yes. It comes with a little bit of a giggle and a little bit of a kind of pep in my step, if you will. But what are your indicators of a heart-aligned decision forward? So let go of the overthinking, the list, the pros and cons. asking everybody else what they think, and what do you feel? So Spirit just said, highlight that. It's not what other people think or even what you think. How do you feel? And with that, Spirit said, that is the message. Okay, pile 2, this was a really good energy. It's a lot for you to sit with, but I know you can do it. If this reading resonated for you, go ahead and let me know with a like or comment. It's a great way to support Free Tarot here on YouTube. But that's all I have for you for now, and I will see you next time. Have a beautiful week. Bye. All right, hello and welcome, pile 3. I am so excited to see what Spirit wants you to know for your upcoming week. First 2 piles were really interesting and motivating and inspiring, and I think yours is going to be no different. So the general theme for this week ahead, card number 10, the other world, the ethereal, everlasting rebirth and journey. Woo. And we see, there's the unicorn, there's the wisdom, there's the white rabbit. Don't go down the rabbit hole. There's the raven over here. So this week, so if you were drawn to this pile, I kind of feel like, you're a light worker, you're a healer, a starseed, a way shower, any of those words that you identify, but there's still this resistance to being it, to living it, to putting yourself out there. And Spirit is saying, follow me. Let's go on this journey together. So this week, your theme is to let yourself be led by Spirit, by your guides, and watch for downloads and very clear steps forward that come through visuals of owls, ravens, bunnies, unicorns. But that's very much coming through for you, is that Spirit is with you on this journey. You're hell-bent sometimes. And it's interesting because you're absolutely like not wanting to follow the download and the whisper, all the while wanting to do it as well. And Spirit is saying, come, join us on this journey. We will not lead you astray. We will lead you right into your desires. You've gone through a huge shift over the past year is what I'm picking up on. And it's leading to this rebirth. You're asking and you're saying things like, I don't even know who I am anymore. I have no clue what it is I'm supposed to be doing with my life. You're asking the deep and meaningful. You're asking the questions that, to be honest, have no intellectual answer. These are the questions that, who am I? I don't even know who I am anymore. There is no way that you could fully answer that question. And Spirit, this is a huge moment on your path, which is why Spirit is really wanting to let you know that they're with you. It's with you and guiding you. And if you would just kind of come along, things will get a lot easier. The path is being shown. Will you take it? Is a big download. Okay, so that's your theme for the week. Spirit wants you to know that this is going to be your theme for many weeks. There'll be little tweaks and pivots and course corrects and miracles and blessings and all that stuff. But right now you're being called to follow the breadcrumbs, follow the synchronicity and the signs. Okay, now how can you focus your energy this week? I have the Ace of Wands. This card cracks me up. Early on in my journey, I had a card reader tell me that the Ace of Wands indicates the approach of a man with his fire stick. And since then, I have not been able to read this card the same or look at it with a straight face. But that's not the message for you, okay? Where you are really being focused or called to focus your energy this week is on starting something new, starting over. If you're kind of wrapped up in the past on things that went wrong, on relationships that went south, Spirit is saying, we're offering you this rebirth. We're offering you this new beginning. Maybe you're waiting for closure on something. That closure is unlikely to come. You have to offer it to yourself, and you can then move forward with this new beginning. And this is a new beginning of your choosing. So Spirit's leading you, Spirit's showing you options, but you still have the free will to say yes or no to those creative options. Right now, you're saying no to the path in general, it seems. But so Spirit is saying, if you take 1 or 2 more steps, if you just follow us a little bit more, we're going to show you some exciting options. We're going to show you a lot of potential and a lot of opportunity. But it's hard for you to see it from where you're currently at. They said where you're currently stuck. So when I've been stuck, the best thing for me to do is take a look at where I'm putting my energy. And sometimes it's like physically I'm doing something that's not showing results and yet I keep doing it. Or I have a negative thought that I keep on thinking. So I take a look at where I'm putting most of my energy and I just change it slightly. So it could be, recently I was creating a lot of content for Facebook and Facebook isn't really working for me right now. And so I was shown like you could continue to do what's not working or you could try something different. So I am testing out other platforms. So I'm working through Instagram, I'm fumbling through TikTok, but like Spirit is saying that's what the message is for you. Do something different. It's not going to be any worse than the spot you're in right now with your mission, with your spiritual path and journey. Okay, now next one is self-care. And I have to tell you, self-care is going to take precedent for you right now because you're kind of maybe in a little bit of a funk or just feeling really frustrated. And that doing something different, when things stop working out, our inclination as humans is to work harder. And Spirit is actually saying for you, let your higher self step in, don't work harder, listen more, follow the steps, follow the breadcrumbs. And now I'll get into your self-care card. But self-care is really important for you, and it's look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Honestly, this is a very strong statement, but your life feels very void of pleasure right now. There's a lot of abundance. There's a lot there for you to kind of dance with and play with. But you're in a funk, and we all go through those times, okay? So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't feel like, oh, I'm so negative or I'm in such a negative vibration. No. Your life needs a little bit more pleasure, a little bit more fun. And you read for fun. Novels, memoirs, self-help, personal development, young adult. You read all the things. So grab a few books from the library or from the bookstore or from your Amazon wish list. I highly recommend Discovery of Witches. I'll link to that down in the video description, but get lost in a book. Return to the part of you who just feels so much joy within, in the pages of a book. That's going to be very nourishing for you right now. And you might get inspired. You might kind of find that little, oh, I'm remembering who I am. I'm remembering that there's more to life than struggle and hardship and spiritual mission and dark night of the soul and all those things. You're going to find this like return journey happening for you. Ooh, pile 3, big message here. How can you serve best this week? Card number 2, the High Priestess. So major arcana, no small task. She's on her sovereign throne. She is intuitive. She is allowing. So rather than push harder and work more on things that maybe are not working, chill out, take a time out, take a break, and just be with your feelings is what I'm hearing. Find your pleasure, find what you love again, listen for these new projects or wait for these new projects to arise. And quite frankly, as I said that, the projects were rising within me. The ideas were coming from, oh, what would be a really good idea is if I created a workbook for people who want to practice self-Reiki. But it's like those ideas are going to come from within. But you need to give yourself space from whatever it is you are focused on and whatever it is you're doing. Okay? And then what can you let go of in order to really, step into that alignment? This is a powerful message. It's creative projects. So what are you working on right now? And really, is it fulfilling you, is my question. Because it's like you return to it day in, day out, and it's not fulfilling you. It's not exciting you anymore. And yet you keep going because there's this belief that, well, sometimes I have to do things I don't want to do. And that's true, even within your spiritual mission. I'm not going to lie. There are some days where I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do it again. Or I don't want to sit and write this, post, or I don't want to sit and do this. But that's not a regular thing. And right now it's become a regular thing. So whatever it is you're working on or creating, it might just need a little bit of a longer break to it, but it also may not be your thing. And you will intuitively know if you need a break or it's just not your thing and you're forcing your way through it. So trust whatever just came up, because you're working with the High Priestess and she has some powerful intuition. Okay? But this is the weekly energy. And I have to say, I think if you just read a couple books, right? Follow the breadcrumbs, trust your intuition, give this creative project a little bit of room right now. Next week, you're going to be a completely different person. You're going to feel like, oh, I see how I push past the point of what serves me. And I mean, I just kind of see you, like I actually saw a plane coming in and just this beautiful, gentle, clean landing. You're going to land exactly where you need to be, and you're going to find the idea that resonates so deeply, that is a big, oh, hell yes, when you wake up in the morning. It's like, I can't wait to get to work on that. But this project, you're like, I kind of feel like you're done with it, either forever or for now. That's can only be determined by you. But find the way that resonates and then follow through with that. All right, pile 3, this was a loaded message. Do let me know how it resonates in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. It's a wonderful way to support free tarot here on YouTube. But for now, I hope you have a wonderful week sitting in these energies. There's a lot of clarity on the other side. I have a lot of faith for you with this energy. But have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye.